Market timing is important, and more so because of the pandemic we're currently in. Market is looking toppy. How do I know? VectorVest has an indicator that has been saying so almost 3 months. Why is the market going higher? Let me show you how the 3 major movers of the market work. Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the VectorVest YouTube live presentation, Trending Thursdays. My name is Glenn Tompkins. I'm a senior instructor here at VectorVest. Always love having you guys here. Thank you for supporting the channel. If you're brand new, welcome. If you're one of my regulars, my VV Nation folks, hey, if you can hear me, type VV Nation in the room. Let's go see if we can flood the screen with VV Nation. Let's go let all of the people who are brand new know what you're all about. Stand up, let them know who you are. Once again, my name is Glenn Tompkins, and this is our weekly presentation for Trending Thursdays. Just to let you know, this is also podcastable. Is that a good word, Joey? Podcastable. So if you're not here to watch it live, if you can, after the presentation, you can go to any podcast outlet, look for Trending Thursday. Don't look for VectorVest. Look for Trending Thursday, and wherever you are about in all of that in the world, you can now hear us by way of podcast. I'm talking about that in podcast. My producer here is Joey. He's an integral part of what we do here. He's the guy behind the scenes. He's like, what is he? He's like the wizard. He's behind a big screen, but he's the guy that does all of the stuff in the background. His name is Joey. Say hi, Joey.
Hi, Joey.
Yeah, I wouldn't be able to do this without him. All right, I wouldn't be able to do this without him. And man, just look at the VV Nations popping up in the room. So again, thank you, Podcastable, another Glennism. Yes, Paul, that now does become a new Glennism. Podcastable. And Robert, this is recorded. Once this is completed, my producer Joey then releases portions of the video throughout the week. But as soon as this is done, the whole video will be available to you right here on YouTube. And throughout the week, we will release different parts of the video just as content to be continually coming out. So with that, Joey's going to take away my chat, because as I read the chat, it makes it tough for me to stay on course, because I love answering questions. Just also to let you know, if you look down below the video, we have a VectorVest store. All right, we have some mugs in there. We've got t-shirts in there. I think we've got coronavirus masks. We got some masks in there as well. So the store is a brand new novelty, but it will grow. All right, but if you want a mug, if you haven't won one yet, you can look down below the video and purchase your very own VectorVest mug. Does it have VV Nation on it? We should put that, shouldn't we? Yeah. I'm thinking that we are going to work on getting VV Nation. I know we have a t-shirt that says VectorVest VV Nation. Walk around proudly. Let people come up and ask you, what's this VV Nation? And let them know that VectorVest is a software that can help to change their lives and make money in the stock market. If you are new, by all means, please do not forget to subscribe to the channel. If you like the content, show some love to the channel, subscribe. We got to how many subscribers now, Joey? Over 18,000 subscribers to the channel. Man, VV Nation is growing by leaps and bounds, and I want to salute you guys by saying thank you very much for supporting the channel and helping the channel grow. Another thing, if you have friends that may be interested in the market, grab this link that we're doing right now live. Folks, go out, share this link on your social media, whether it's on Facebook or Instagram or Twitter. Share this link that we're doing right now on your social media, and you never know who may click on it and could change their lives as well, especially if they're very interested about learning about the stock market. You don't know who's in your sphere who is really interested in the market. Folks, by all means, please share the link for this live video right now. You never know. Some of them may pop in and may thank you later. All right, may thank you later. All right. So I wanted to get a lot of those things out of the way. Don't forget to comment as well. And let's see if we can get, how many likes you want to try to see today, Joey?
250.
250. Let's see if we can get up to 250 likes today. All right. And, if you don't like the content, that's fine. Will I appeal to everybody? The answer to that is no. And I know that. But if you're new, we're going to have a lot of fun, but we're also going to help you to make better informed decisions on the stocks that you could possibly be considering, stocks that are making the news. That's what we do here on Trending Thursday. We look at what's going on in the market. We look at what stocks are making the news. We use the power of the VectorVest software to help us to make better decisions. If you are not a VectorVest subscriber, Joey's going to put a link in the chat for you. You can take a trial to the VectorVest software for 99 cents for 30 days. Now, for those of you who are not subscribers but like to use your cell phones, we have a mobile app. There's a mobile app that we can put, and whether you want the full-blown software or not, if you are that much on the go and you're really interested in stocks, we have a mobile app. Do you have a link for that? You may or may not. And if not, if Jennifer is here, if she may be in the background. All right, so we have a link for that as well. If you don't want to take the full-blown software and you just want the app, we got a link for you. You can subscribe to just the app only. And I'm putting that out there for the brand new people who may be tentative about saying, well, do I need a new software to help me? Listen, the app is a very powerful tool to help you build a watch list of your stocks, manage your stocks, and keep on top no matter where you are. If you're out at the dentist and you're drilling in your teeth and you go, oh, you can look at your stocks. Or if you're at the supermarket and you're waiting in a long line because everybody wants to buy bread and eggs and milk, you can be standing online looking at your phone and go, wow, I'm making a lot of money. Or hell, I'm losing some money. Doesn't matter. Either way, on your phone, we have a mobile app for both iOS and now for Android. Okay? Now, I take all of that stuff. Let's get into the meat and potatoes of what we'll cover here today. As a VectorVest subscriber or as an investor in the market, what's the most important thing you need to know? You need to know what's going on in the market. You need to know market's direction because market's direction is so important in investing in stocks. The market's overall direction affects about 80% of the stocks in the market. You can be in what you think is the best stock in the world, but if the market's direction is not with you, you can stand to lose a lot of money. So that's why we always start off these presentations with market timing to know what's going on and what things move the markets in case you don't know. A lot of people can say, yeah, the market's bullish or the market's bearish, back and forth. But as a well-informed investor, there's three things that move markets globally. That's earnings, interest, and inflation. So let's start talking about what's going on in the market. We're going to open up the home page of the VectorVest software. And from the home page, as you open it up, you're going to be introduced to a lot of great information before you even dive into the power of the VectorVest software. So on the home page, it's laid out like a newspaper so that market timing is always the headline story. Our color guard today, and I won't spend a lot of time on our color guard here, but I'm just going to give you an overview. The color guard is our daily traffic light into the market, just like a red light, a yellow light, and a green light. Right now, VectorVest does not advocate buying stocks at this time. We give you guidance every single day on what you should or should not be doing in the market. We have a color guard. Now, this is a 6-day snapshot of 3 of our market timing indicators in the market. The price is the price movement of our VectorVest composite. The VectorVest composite tracks the move of over 8,300 stocks in one ticker symbol known as the VVC. We track its price on both the week-over-week and day-over-day basis so we can truly see what's going on in the market. The color guard also tracks the RT, or relative timing of the market. Relative timing lets us know if the market's in an uptrend or not. RT is cast on a scale between 0 and 2. Above 1, the market's in an uptrend, like it is right now. Below 1, the market's in a downtrend. But notice, over the last 6 trading days, RT has moved from 1.07 to 1.01, ideally letting you know that the market is losing steam or momentum. The last indicator in the color guard is the BSR, or buy to sell ratio. Every stock in our database gets a buy, sell, or hold recommendation every single day. We look at the direct relationship of buy recommendations in the software divided by sells. We can clearly see there's more buys in the system than sells, so the market is still showing signs of strength. But notice how that buy to sell ratio has been degrading over the last 6 trading days. Yes, we still have more buy recommendations, but now less and less stocks are getting buy recommendations. These are all thumbprints of being able to be cautious in the market. Well, how about the color guard is showing a lot of yellow? If I'm teaching you to learn to use the color guard like a traffic light, well, just look at that. More yellow than anything, this is a time to be cautious in the market. And I tell you that because people get blindsided when the market turns. As a VectorVest subscriber, you will never be blindsided by market's action ever. All right, so that's what's going on the homepage of the VectorVest software. We can look at our quick list of all of the major indices real time today. We have a mixed market. All of the major indices are up. The Dow just slightly turned positive. Our VectorVest composite, though, which tracks the movement of over 8,300 stocks, is slightly down today, down about 6 cents to equate out to about a 0.1% move to the downside. Now, many of you will say, well, wait a minute, how is the Dow up, the NASDAQ up, the S&P up, but your VectorVest composite is down? Well, remember, our VectorVest composite tracks the movement of 8,300 stocks. The Dow tracks the movement of 30 stocks. NASDAQ tracks the movement of about 4,300 stocks, but is very tech heavy. The S&P 5 and 100 track 5 and 100 stocks respectively. That is the reason why the VectorVest composite can be down while all of the other major indices are up today. This gives you a better representation of the broad market movement, all right? And that's what makes us different from everybody else out there in regards to having to be able to have the ability to time the market. All right, so the homepage is telling us, slow down, be careful. I know the market's up today nominally, but overall, the VectorVest software is telling you to tighten your stops and to be cautious in the market. Let's find out why. Let's start going out to our stories for today. And the first story we'll get into is the next steps on the coronavirus stimulus package divide both parties. Now, this is what we call the market overview. From the market overview, we're going to look at what's going on in the government to drive the market higher or lower, or the economy. And they are two different things. But with the onset of the coronavirus pandemic, the economy and the market have both been affected adversely together. Normally, they are two separate entities, and they still are. But the effect on the economy, the effect on the market have been one and the same with the pandemic. So next steps on coronavirus stimulus package divide both parties. Both parties are trying to come to an agreement to help America. The pandemic has put a lot of people out of work. A lot of people are still at home. If you are one of those people, unfortunately, still at home, the $600 extra a week from unemployment ran out. They're still trying to get that back up and running in some form, fashion, or semblance of something normal, if you want to use that word in the pandemic time. So the next steps they have here, lawmakers from both parties are growing increasingly worried, and that's key. Think about it. If the lawmakers are growing worried, what about the people of America? All right, by the stalemate over the coronavirus aid package, but internal divisions on each side are complicating their efforts to propose new measures. So, I don't talk politics or religion in this room except for the idea of knowing that I am a Christian. Other than that, we won't talk about any more politics or religion in this room. But from the standpoint of people in America trying to get through a pandemic, they need help. Both parties need to come together and do something, all right? Because the real people of America are being affected. Let's back this up a little bit. Several states commit to extra jobless benefit of $300 a week offered by Trump. So you know something? Several states are at least trying to help their states. Give them a hand for that, all right? They're trying to put something in place to help the American people the best way that they can. All right, Labor departments estimate states will take 3 weeks on average to deliver payments supplied by federal governments. Well, I mean, again, I am fortunate that I'm not sitting in the seat of the people who are unemployed, but it's a real issue. And, you know, the government is trying to do what they can, but Congress and all of that stuff's got to come together and do something to make this right, all right? And then the Fed, Mnuchin, says stimulus talks remain stalled, all right? So everything dealing with what's affecting the market right now stems around what's being done for America. All right, what's being done for the people who are out of work? Because if they're out of work and they don't have any money, they can't spur the economy. If they don't have the money, they can't put it back in the economy. And what happens, then the economy gets hit. Not only that, if I don't have the disposable income to invest in the stock market gets hit. Why? Because what am I going to start to do? I'm going to start taking my money out of the market because I need it. Think about it. As more and more people are not able to have that disposable income, it's going to pull it out of the market. So this is one of those times during the pandemic where the market and the economy are actually conjoined because of the pandemic, even though they still are two separate entities. It makes for a dichotomy of sorts. Just keep that in mind. Treasury Secretary suggests Pelosi may be open to resuming talks when White House convenes to take up Postal Service bill. I got an issue with Congress going on hiatus during a time like this. That's just my opinion. That's strictly just my opinion. When the American people are hurting with a pandemic that's got no fault of theirs, all of the things that the government should be doing to try to help the people needs to be done. Now, again, I ain't talking politics. I'm just talking reality. This is real. This is real. All right, so these are my stories about what's going on in the market. One other story in the economy, story came out today, this morning. Jobless claims climb back above 1 million as recovery in the U.S. labor market slows. All of this ties in to the economy. All of this economy is going to affect the market, which, you know, all the way down the line, it all goes back to people need money, somehow, some form of fashion. Whether you're Republican, whether you're a Democrat, don't matter. People are not working. It don't matter what political party you're in. Not at all. Doesn't matter if you're white or black. Doesn't matter if you're man or woman. Doesn't matter about any of that stuff. Got to come together and do something to help the people who are experiencing a pandemic that ain't got nothing to do with them. All right, so these are the things that are affecting the market. So with all of that being said, and again, if for anybody who felt like I was getting too political, get over yourself. All I'm talking about is what's real. What's real. And I believe that everybody in this room can relate to what's real. All right, so let's go and get over yourself. Was not meant to be a bad thing. It was just meant to tell you to get over yourself. All right, that's not what I wanted. This is what I wanted. Let's go and look at our watch list for today. Oh, that's not the one I wanted. Is this the one I wanted? Yep. Let's go to our viewers tab. And every week, with all of the stocks that we look at for the market, we go to our watch list viewer. We've created a watch list. Every week we create a watch list. Let's go to YouTube Trending Thursday. Let's go down to today's watch list, which is 8/20/20. Looks like how many stocks we have in here. Oh, let's go see. We got about 14 stocks in here. The two stocks that I use for looking at the market, if you are a VectorVest subscriber, we look at that indicator, the VVC. But if you're new and you're not a VectorVest subscriber, what do you use to look at what's going on in the market? Most likely the spiders, the S&P 500. So I'm going to highlight these two stocks. Let's take a look at their graphs. Now that they're highlighted, right-click, view the stock graph. Here they are. I like to look at a 3-month graph because what's the biggest mover of the market or an individual stock is always earnings. How often does earnings happen? Every quarter. I like to look at a 1-quarter graph on any stock that I look at. Well, here's that VectorVest composite that tracks over 8,300 stocks. What's it doing? Well, it hit a high back here a couple of days ago. It's still moving down. RT, which looks at the short-term price trend of the market. I want to show you something, the power of the software for those of you who are not subscribers. I'm going to draw a freehand line connecting lows here. All right, connecting the actual lows on the VectorVest composite. Let's go make that a little darker for you so you can see it. For those of you who may be on podcast, I'm drawing a line from about towards the latter part of June, connecting the lows on the VectorVest composite. Over that same time period, I'm going to connect on my graph the VectorVest RT, the short-term price trend of the market. What do you see here? About the same time period. All right, let's make that a little darker. Again, and for the people who will be on podcast, I'm trying to give you a visual while you're driving around, if you're driving around. All right, so the VectorVest composite moving higher, but the relative timing or short-term price trend of the market moving lower over pretty much the same time period. That is called a bearish divergence. And over this time period, folks, our subscribers have been warned to tighten stops, protect profits, move cautiously. Without being a VectorVest subscriber, you're at the whims of your own intuition of, well, I think it's going to do this or I think it's going to do that. VectorVest puts in play guidance that guides our subscribers. So yeah, even though the market's going up, we didn't tell our subscribers to sell. We said take advantage of the up days, but do it cautiously because the market's momentum was moving down. We have another indicator called the MTI. This is on the VectorVest composite. Can't do it on this. I got to put it on a market timing graph. We have an indicator called the market timing indicator. It gives the levels of when the market's looking for a top or a bottom. It's been toppy for almost the last 3 months. So again, the guidance has been cautious. The guidance has never once been said, go to sell your stocks and panic. This thing's moving the market. The Fed having interest rates as low as they are trying to buoy the market the best way that it can. The stimulus trying to buoy the market as best as it can. Buoy the economy, which in effect will buoy the market. So as a subscriber, we give you this information. As a non-subscriber, let's go look at the S&P 500. I can put the RT on the S&P 500 as well. Look at the upward move from looking at support line connecting the lows on the S&P 500 over the same time period. I've got a leveling out of RT, which is saying, yes, the market's moving up. The momentum of the market wasn't moving up nearly as much. That's a flag as well. So you can only get RT in the VectorVest software. All right, you can only get it in the VectorVest software. But again, it's ideally suited to help you to keep on top of what's going on in the market. So we now know that this is a time to be cautious in the market. Not telling you to sell anything and not telling you to go out and back up the truck and buy anything. All I'm saying is on the up days, it's okay to buy stocks. If you're a longer-term investor and you're not into this trading thing, manage your stocks with tighter stops. What does that mean? Well, if I'm in a trade and I'm using a 10% trail stop, why not tighten it to a 7% trail stop? That allows you the opportunity to take your profits faster and get out of your losers faster so you won't get blindsided. If you're using something like a 30% gain, 10% loss, drop it down to a 20% gain or a 7 or 5% loss. Take your profits faster, but get out of your losers faster. Folks, that's smart investing.